So some people are saying that Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, the fight between those two was highway robbery. That Sergey Kovalev was robbed. And Yahoo Sports covers this, man. They say why Andre Ward's decision win over Sergey Kovalev was not daylight robbery by Liam Happe. Okay. And it's very simple, really. This guy, he believed that Sergey won the fight 114-113 because it was a draw match as far as he's concerned in terms of rounds won, each fighter winning each round. But he said he can only give a boxer the nod by a solitary point. And so he certainly refutes any fan who claims their opponent won by the same margin. He said he certainly wouldn't refute any fan that said their opponent won by the same margin. And the fact that all three judges scored 114-113 to Ward is not something that is highway robbery. Highway robbery is when the scorecards, the judges' scorecards, are just berserk. It's like the fight is called a draw. Pernell Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. It's called a draw, and you saw Pernell Whitaker dominate every single round. Okay, you didn't see Sergey dominate every single round. And no one can argue that Sergey dominated every single round. This guy himself said it was a close fight. He had Sergey Kovalev nicking it. So, for those people saying that Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev was a highway robbery, I also don't agree with them. Obviously, they don't know what a highway robbery is. But, you know, casual fans. Then we have some people like this gentleman here, Michael Montero, he's a reporter for Undisputed Network and some other things. He obviously is a Kovalev fan, and he sided for Kovalev, and he's saying that the people who say it could have gone either way, he doesn't agree with that at all. And he believes that a lot of people would agree with him on that. And he goes on to further show, he says he's going to pick out round 10, which was basically Sergey Kovalev's round, which he won. And he thinks that most people agree with that Sergey Kovalev won this round, and he's going to show what Andre Ward was doing in the fight and why he shouldn't have won the fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this guy, based on his view of the fight, and the view of the fight meaning the angles at which he's seeing the fight, how come he missed certain things, and I'm going to show you it by comparing it with a live in arena fight in 3D, where you can pick up certain things that are there. Okay, so I'm going to run the two videos conjointly. Okay, so let's go. So first, Michael Montero. Okay, I'm going to take the sound off for him because I actually can take the sound off of both videos, but I kind of allude to what he's saying and the points he's making. Okay, or maybe I should leave the sound on. So I'm going to leave the sound on so you can hear what he has to say. Take it away, Michael Montero.
Thought Andre Ward won, even if you felt Sergey Kovalev won, and you scored this round for Andre Ward, I want to know how. So let's go ahead and start this. All right, both guys coming out the corners. You notice I took the sound off because I don't want to hear HBO's commentary. All right, blocked punches.
So he declares right there that those two punches were blocked by Sergey Kovalev. Alright? Andre Ward threw what seemed like a left jab, and then he threw a left uppercut. Right? And he's saying those two punches are blocked. Now the interesting thing about judges are they are different angles in the fight. And an angle can make a big difference in a fight. So let's look at the fight in the arena at a different angle to what you just saw. So this fight here is at a different angle, and angles do make a difference in how a fight is seen. You can see them pairing off there. Here's Andre Ward with the left and the uppercut, and Sergey pushes him off. Now you can't see it very clearly from this angle, but the point is that he's declaring that those two punches were blocked, and you're going to see later on how an angle can make a big difference in how somebody sees a punch land, or if he doesn't see a punch land. What this guy could have said was that as far as he's concerned, those two punches were blocked. But he doesn't know that for a fact because he's not at an angle to really see if they landed or not. He saw Sergey Kovalev kind of cover up, so he assumes that's what happened. But those are the same two punches at a different angle, right? Let's go on. And this is why I tell you, you can't put your life on certain things, right? Let's go.
Nothing landed there.
He said nothing landed there, right?
Nothing landed there from either man.
Good. Now he said the next set of punches, nothing landed there from either man. Now I'm going to show you at a different angle. I'm going to show you at a different angle what happened there. Okay? So we're going to see it at a different angle now. Here we go. See that punch that just landed below Sergey Kovalev's elbow the first time, right? And he said nothing landed there. Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Sergey Kovalev's elbow probably blocked it, right? You definitely saw that one, right? He hit him right in the liver area. Sergey actually, his knee went up in the air and his body went up in the air with that punch, right? Now this guy, Michael Montero, he missed that because of the angle at which the punches were, right? Andre Ward hit Sergey. Okay, we could say he partially hit Sergey with the first punch, but the second punch definitely hit Sergey, right? This is it from this angle. This is it from this angle. And you see how much an angle makes a big difference, right?
More grappling and mauling.
And he said more grappling and mauling. First of all, Andre Ward just hit him with an uppercut on the inside, I believe, from that angle. Let's see if that really happened. Actually, Sergey hit Andre Ward with a shot. Okay? Isn't that interesting? Now Ward takes a walk. And he's taking the walk.
All right, one punch landed by Kovalev. One.
Okay, now he said that Sergey Kovalev landed a punch on Andre Ward. Let's see if that's true from this angle, where we definitely will see it, right? And there it is. Yes, he definitely landed a punch on Andre Ward there. So this time, Michael Montero is correct. But he did miss two shots, two body shots by Andre Ward. Also, a slight little hook by Sergey Kovalev to Andre's head. He missed 3 shots that landed before Sergey Kovalev landed his straight jab. And this is the comment that Michael Montero is going to say.
Jab right there that landed. 2 punches landed by Kovalev.
Okay, now he's saying that the other punch, which was a left hook that hit Andre Ward, it hit him, right? And from this angle, which is a separate angle, we're probably going to see it. Let's see. Okay, so actually, he threw a jab, he missed with the jab, then he threw a right uppercut, and then he threw a left hook. So all of that at a different angle a judge is going to see. Remember, judges are at 3 different spots in the ring, and that's why you get sometimes 3 different round scores, because different judges can see different things. So there's actually 3 shots he missed from Sergey Kovalev. 1 missed jab, an uppercut that was partially blocked by Andre Ward, and a left hook that was partially blocked by Andre Ward as well. But he thinks that the left hook scored on Andre Ward. So again, I'm just saying, my point is, having different angles in a fight, you see different things. So when Michael Montero says, I don't know how someone can score this round for Andre Ward, it depends on the angle at which you see. Michael Montero has missed 6 shots that was thrown, and I think he has missed 4 shots that actually landed between Kovalev and Ward. Ward landed 2 body shots, which he missed, and Kovalev landed 2 headshots that he missed. He did catch the jab, and he did catch the hook, which was partially blocked by Andre Ward. Again, partially blocked shots are not really clean, effective punching. So when we're talking about clean, effective punching, so far, Sergey Kovalev has gotten 1 lovely, crisp, clean jab to Andre Ward, and Andre Ward has gotten in 1 very crisp, clean body shot. But it depends on the angle at which you are. You will see the body shot, and the angle at which you are, you might see the jab. I think all 3 judges should have seen Andre Ward's head snap back, so they probably would see the jab. So you can see how one judge, he could have the round for Andre Ward at this point because he's seeing the body shots that Andre Ward has landed. one very crisp, clean body shot, depending on the angle at which he's at, whereas the other two judges may not have seen that and counted it. So Michael Montero saying, I don't understand how somebody can score that round for Andre Ward, really needs to understand it depends on the position you're at in a ring that you will be able to see certain action and certain action you wouldn't be able to see. Now, for the rest of you guys who are fight fans, you can go ahead and go through the rest of round 10 and understand why I said round 10, from the angle I was looking at, could have easily gone to Andre Ward. In fact, in my opinion, it was an Andre Ward round, but I still gave it to Sergey Kovalev. I'm saying this just to make the point that you have to look at who's controlling the action, who's landing their punches crisp and clean, and so many other factors like ring generalship, defense, as well as the guy who is actually giving crisp, clean, effective punches, right? And that's something Michael Montero just never took into account. Now, I want to just go on to say to you guys that boxing is something that involves a lot of variables that I think a lot of you don't know much about. Those of you who are talking about Sergey winning this fight. If you were Sergey and you were in that ring, okay, let's put it this way. If you were in that ring November the 19th, who would you prefer to have been? Sergey Kovalev or Andre Ward at the end of that fight? Think about it seriously. Look how Sergey Kovalev looked at the end of the fight. Look what he did at the end of the fight. Look how he was bent over at the end of the fight. Some people will say, well, it was the conditioning, he was out of air. No. That was because of body punching from Andre Ward. And then Andre Ward started to work the top of Sergey. After he slowed him down, this is a Floyd Mayweather move, you slow them down, you take them out, and then when they're not effective against you, you can start to dominate them. And that's basically what happened in this fight. It's not as obvious as a Mayweather fight, but it is what went on in this fight. And there's no way Andre Ward lost this fight at all. There's no way. He absolutely got 7 rounds. I thought he got 8. He possibly could have gotten 9. Like I said, round 10 was basically an Andre Ward round. He was controlling most of the round, if you pay attention to it. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that it depends also on the angle at which you're watching a fight. If you're watching it from above, and also not only above, but from a certain angle, you get a more three-dimensional image than, say, for instance, if you're watching it on TV. You miss some shots, and clearly Michael Montero missed a bunch of shots that actually were traded between the two boxers. On that note, you guys have a great one.